Hey everyone, sorry it's been so long. I finally got round to recording another video, and this is a catch-up video on the topic of women in politics. I thought it was particularly relevant recently for me for various reasons. So yeah, politics and women. I'll give you a little anecdote. Like lately I was at this meeting where people were trying to persuade me to hold a political talk at my university in conjunction with the Feminist Society, and someone suggested that the name of the talk be Why Feminists Need Socialism. And so of course I shot back, oh you mean why socialists need feminism? And whilst it was all kind of light-hearted, like joking around a little bit, it is symptomatic of the way in which the radical revolutionary left tends to think about feminism and gender politics. And you know, I kind of see this pattern where there's this assumption of moral superiority, where they think that because they're so well read on various theories, and because they tackle the issue of class inequality, and you know, they sort of, it seems like they think that they're exempt from the risk of being misogynist or sexist or cissexist, and it's the same with things like racism and ableism. It's this kind of, because they come from this point of view where, like, you know, there's a fight, there's a struggle for equality, you know, because they're aware of inequalities, they seem to think they're never ever going to be guilty of perpetuating them. You know, they're never going to fuck up. So you've got like these sort of brochurists running around patting themselves on the back for knowing a little bit about privilege theory and being like, oh, I recognise that I have male privilege, but not doing shit to combat it. Like, it's all very well and good knowing about it, but yeah, like when they don't actually do anything about it, but use it to kind of show how they're so radical and yay, equality. It's like, well, even worse when you've got the brochurists who are like going on about how patriarchy doesn't exist, or trying to have these stupid theoretical arguments with me when I'm just like, actually pretty sure you haven't lived this shit, so don't track me. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. And so I think, you know, the revolutionary left needs to recognise that for many it seems to be a safe space. For me, it was. Here, you know, here's a revolutionary space dedicated to smashing the system and deconstructing the inequalities that we live in. And so yeah, I felt safe. And you know, there are occasionally talks and meetings and events about women's issues or LGBTQ issues, stuff like that, and it's really nice. But it doesn't take much to break that down, as I'm sure many of you will have seen if you've been aware of various things happening in the political world lately. And I think what's important is that safe spaces need to be constantly maintained. And as a person from marginalised groups, I'm always aware and sensitive to how the people that I'm in these spaces with treat others from marginalised groups. And you fuck up once, you put us on red alert. Like, that's just how it works. And I'm not, if I'm a part of your group, I'm still, that doesn't mean I'm here to apologise for your shit. It doesn't mean I'm here to prove to everyone else that because there are still these marginalised people in a group, it's somehow, it's not fucked up. I'm not here to put up with your fuck ups. I'm not here to draw a line under it. And, you know, I need to know within my political circles that people are actively working to keep me and others like me safe. Otherwise, like, there's no point in me hanging about. You know, I'm not messing about when I say I feel really unsafe right now. And that's not fair. That is not fair in any way. The left has a lot to offer me, and I have a lot to offer back, I'd like to think. And it should be a space for me and other women. And, you know, recently I've heard nothing but reasons for me to stay the fuck away. I do want to say that the politics of the revolutionary left have been the most welcoming and vital for women and in theory and in practice, and women have been at the forefront of like anti-capitalist and class struggle since day, but there have been too many fuck-ups and too often, and we need to stop drawing a line under it, and we need to stop forgetting about it or saying that it was just this one time. We need to actually really look to the fucking root of this bullshit. Stop excusing the misogynist culture that we're basing all of this struggle in. We need to like actually look at this shit and stop pretending that it doesn't exist because we don't find it as important as class. There's been plenty of feminist reactions to a lot of things that have been happening, and the feminist reactions to these fuck-ups seem to have put some people on edge. I heard about people apparently lamenting the threat of creeping feminism. Yeah, you're damn right with feminists. We're not creeping feminists either, we're in your fucking face. And you will deal with that, and you will clean this shit up right now so we can actually do some decent work together as part of a movement that can fucking, like, actually achieve shit. Thank you very much.